How far will you go to protect your kids? My 7-year-old daughter started telling me she was seeing a man walking around our house at—
When did a joke go way too far? Our class clown loved to piss off all of our teachers, interrupt their lessons, and constantly pull pranks on them. I remember the day in class when he told everyone how hungry he was, and suddenly got a brilliant idea. There was a rumor that the teacher's lounge had a ton of— What split-second decision changed your life? My ex was a diagnosed sociopath who pretended to be a nice guy when we first started dating. I knew he had gone to prison before, but he never told me why. After a
night, every time I laugh, just passing it off as something weird that kids say. Every morning, she kept saying she heard someone sneak into our house in the middle of the night. Apparently, he'd climb through our living room window, then go upstairs and hurt my son.
Of free snacks just sitting there, so he came up with a plan to sneak in and bring us all food. Of course, everyone was on board with it. The next class, the teacher took attendance, and when his name was called, nobody said anything. The teacher wrote him down as abs. Few months, he slowly started stripping away at my self-esteem and turned me into someone who blindly submitted to him. He had an obsession with owning me and would routinely force me to sleep on the floor to prove my loyalty to him. He insulted me constantly. What's your most traumatic childhood memory? I was attacked by a horde of flaming squirrels. It started when I was laying by our fireplace with my puppy and eventually fell asleep. Then, I woke up to a loud cracking, leading me to be insecure about everything and made me believe I would never find anyone better than him. At the time, I believed him, and he used this to cheat on me often, saying I'd be making a mistake if I left him. But we all knew where he really was. His plan was already in action, and he successfully made it into the teacher's lounge. Apparently, all the snacks were in a vending machine, but didn't cost any money. Everyone waited for him to come back with food for us, but he never did. We all thought he got caught, but the next day, he wasn't in class.
I thought I'd know for sure if someone had been breaking into our house, but she was starting to creep me out. That night, I made sure all the doors and windows were locked before going to bed. At 3 in the morning, my daughter ran into our room and woke us up, saying she saw him again. This time, I went straight downstairs to check if everything was
sound, and what followed next still haunts me. I heard a blood-curdling shriek, then watched as the first one fell from the fireplace. I shot up to see a baby squirrel literally on fire, run out of my fireplace and through my living room. It started trying to jump on me, and then went for my best friend. On our 2-year anniversary, he came home drunk and told me about a hot girl he met that he wanted to sleep with. He tried to pull my clothes off, saying he was going to pretend I was her. In one moment, I gained the courage to stand up to him. I slapped him in the face and told him I was leaving him. At first, he thought I was just joking.
Still locked. When I pulled on the window, it opened, and my heart sank to my stomach. She wasn't seeing things. I rushed back to my room and grabbed my rifle before slowly creeping over to my son's room. I took a deep breath before swinging the door open, ready to fight this intruder off. Now,
someone told me he got suspended, but I have no idea where that came from, because soon our teacher came in looking upset. When she read over the attendance, she skipped his name. Someone asked where he was, and our teacher looked up. She told us his mission to steal food from the school didn't go as planned. He got all—
It was dark in there, so all I saw was what looked like a grown man grabbing my son, and I was seconds from firing. My son yelled at me to stop, and I flipped the lights on. This guy who I saw in there turned out to be much younger than I thought. Honestly, it took me a few seconds—
Almost everything from the vending machine, but wanted to make sure it was completely empty. Something got stuck, so he started shaking it. The entire thing fell over, completely crushing his leg. Seeing him come back to class in a wheelchair was a surreal feeling. It tried to attack my puppy, and 7-year-old me wasn't letting that happen, so I booted this little squirrel straight into the curtain to stop it. I thought that was bad enough, but then the rest fell from the chimney. 10 baby squirrels, literally on fire, charging out of my fireplace at me. But when he realized I was serious, he pushed me, telling me to remember who owned me. That night, I left him, but soon found out from one of his friends what he was in prison for. He had apparently taken the innocence of a young girl and never told me. Even worse, he soon went back to prison because he started dating the girl he met that night. Couldn't stop them, so I had no choice but to run away. My dog was chasing after them, picking them up with his mouth but dropping them because of the flames. My parents came in and saw the whole thing and started trying to hit them with a blanket. There were too many, and we had no choice but to go upstairs and call the fire department. By the time they got there, our living room was basically